Welcome to Co-Play Media with DC Radio. I'm here with Karen Ashley, and it is such a pleasure. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Here, you can hold the mic. You're gonna do. You are the important one in here. I want you to hold it. It's such a pleasure to have you. My first question would be, what is the best and worst part of being a Ranger?
Oh my gosh, the best and worst part about being a Power Ranger. You know what? There really isn't any worse. I mean, I think it's such a blessing to be. Like, it's crazy because every time we meet people, everyone becomes whatever age you were when you were young. So we can have a grown ass man. He walks up to me and he becomes 7 years old again. And it's nothing but pure love, pure joy. And it's like, people are like, this is my childhood. You know, that's the reaction we get all day. So it's nothing but love. And so I can't imagine there's anything bad about that. I mean, I think, well, no, I have thought of one thing that's bad about being a Power Ranger. The hairstyles I had chosen. Some of those pictures come back to haunt me.
Hey, those braids were awesome. Okay?
No, the braids were good.
The braids were good.
The braids were good. I will show you a picture in a minute, and you're gonna die. It's like I had my bangs, and I don't know what I was thinking.
You had the bangs, and it wasn't like something holding it down.
It was like a headband.
Oh yeah,
well,
I remember the headband.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Luckily, this isn't videotaped, but I will show you a picture that haunts me. And yeah, so, but other than that, life is good. Yeah.
Life is good. And of course, I've heard this earlier. Are you and the other Rangers still cool?
We are. We actually, you know what? Thank God we were friends because we worked together for so many hours. We were traveling all over this world. We did so many things. And if we didn't get along, it would have been horrific to work with someone that closely. Like, we would always joke, like, we saw each other more than we saw our families. And it was like about 1.5 years, 2 years that we kind of were together. And so for me, I was just like, gosh, it just felt so good to have a good work environment. And we would just all come on set and just try to do what we got to do. We knew we had a long day every day. And so we would just do it. And now we do Comic-Cons, and so it's always like kind of like a reunion, you know, we hang out.
So with the Comic-Cons, what has been the weirdest thing? Because I know you get a ton of grown men being like, reverting back to childhood. Was there ever what was the weirdest thing that you've seen at these cons so far?
You know what? It's never weird, but I will tell you, every single show, somebody's gonna shoot their shot. Like, Aisha was like, they were loving Kimberly, but they were falling in love with Aisha. And somebody always shoots their shot. I mean, even when my husband comes to shows with me, they still go, look, man, you know, you're the luckiest man in the world, but you know, I love your wife.
If it doesn't work,
like seriously. And they're like, he's like, if you can afford her, you can have her. And I'm like, what? Like, he's giving me away. Like, he was like, they would give you back so fast.
With that being said, you need to update your Wikipedia page because I definitely looked it up. I saw the red. I was like, no, yeah, the husband. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, even with the husband, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They still shoot their shot, and so it's not weird, but it is weird to be someone's like first crush, and then when they meet you as an adult, they're like, well, you know,
I ain't got no.
You know,
this is it right here.
And even when their wives are with them, they're like, look, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows how much I love.
Yeah,
and she's just like yesterday I met someone, and I mean, literally, we could have been cousins. I go, well, he obviously has a type. Like, at least he stayed true to what he likes. Because, girl, we could be cousins. And she goes, right? She goes. So that's the funny part. But it's not weird. It's more hilarious.
It is more hilarious.
It's more hilarious.
Of a guy trying, right? I guess as a woman of color, what advice would you give to any other actresses trying to get into the acting industry, trying to be, or even being a ranger? Like, what advice would you give to those people out there who are interested in being a part of that lifestyle?
You know what? I always tell people, we're in an age where we are Black and we're proud. Yep. And so be who you are, you know, because it's one of those things. You're going to go to auditions and they're always going to tell you you're the opposite of what you think you need to be. Yep. And so the best thing to do is just go in there and be you. And they're going to either like you or they're not. Like, they already have a preconceived notion of what they want. And so it doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. If you go in there and you just do what you need to do and you do it well, it will be recognized. So you just got to keep going, and you got to get a thick skin. Yep. You're gonna get more no's and yeses. Yep. You're gonna be told, like I'm telling you, you're never gonna be pretty enough. You're never gonna be skinny enough. You're never gonna be. Yeah, it's always gonna be something crazy that they come up with.
And I think size 0.
Yeah, and I think for them it's and I think for them it's just a way for them to compensate for saying no to you. So they try to come up with something, and I don't even know that they believe all that stuff.
No.
But, you know, it is what it is. But I know that I've gone into auditions. I was not what they were looking for. I knew I wasn't, and I walked in and I nailed it, and they were like, oh. And they can, and you know, and some of those jobs I got. Yep. So I just tell people, get the training you need to get, because when you got it, when they say hit it, you better hit it.
You gotta hit it immediately.
Hit it.
Immediately. So at this point, there's like season 45 of the Power Rangers right now. How can I be a Power Ranger? I just want a chance. Like, is there a place in Cali I can go and interview? Like, what?
You know what? They do like every 2 years they do like a national search, and they do cast here in America, but the show shoots in New Zealand. So you can now, like, the cool thing is now you can submit your tape and you can submit it to casting, and you know, but it is definitely a nationwide search. And I always say, you know, go for it. You never know.
I can shoot my shot and be a Power Ranger.
Yes.
Ooh, you giving me too much hope.
They're still shooting the show, so as long as they're shooting it, there's always an opportunity.
Man, what is the most valuable toy out there right now that I can find?
Oh,
like, I just go out there on Amazon right now and I'm just looking.
I don't know. I'm always shocked when I go on there and I see things that I should have bought 20 of them for $20, and now they're worth $300. I'm like, what the heck?
I'm sure at that time you weren't thinking it's like, hey, this is going to be $1 billion industry.
No.
People are going to want this.
No, nobody was thinking that. So it's one of those things. I got 3 new action figures coming out this year, and literally I bought like 20 of each.
Yeah.
I'll probably sell them all and then regret that I sold them all, but
I'm just investment right there. You know, if people hold out, that's going to be like $200 each.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I know that there's other people here to try and interview you. It's been awesome. You're fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Hey guys, check out Co-Play Media on Spotify and DC Radio 96.3 HD4 on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. for all your anime talk, video games, and everything important to the Black nerd community.
And don't forget to check out our website and our YouTube channel for the special guest interviews with some of your favorite anime voice actors in anime.
Get you some real talk, get you some information to the streets.
Okay, no crazy feedback.
No craziness.